Yo, what it do, y'all? And you already know we back in your house on your couch with your spouse. I'm about to do a live reaction to one of these pop the balloon catch ups. Now I've done I think I've done one or two catch ups before. I'm doing this one because this is pretty good. And it seems like all the catch ups that I've seen, I haven't seen one, not one single one where the couples, who matched up on the Pop the Balloon show, and they turned out, taking it serious, and they're, dating exclusively together, and they're trying, take that next step forward. It seems like all of the catch ups that I've seen, the dates never panned out, they never worked out for one reason or another. So, Pop the Balloon, once you go in there, you do match up with somebody. There's no guarantee that it's going to work out, because that's these catch ups that we, watch and, see. The majority of them, it seems like all of them. Well, I'm only speaking for the ones that I personally seen. The ones that I personally seen, not one couple, ended up, staying together or trying to, take it further to see. Without further ado, this is a good one. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and press play, and we're going to give my live reactions to it, because it's dude was standing on business. Let's go.
8 of Pop the Ballooner Find Love, where you guys ended up matching.
Well then, is it going to be a yes for you for her?
Yes for me.
And is it a yes for you for him? Yes. We got it! Make me
Yeah.
On that episode, that was kind of like the guys got brought back. It was your second chance at finding someone. Cliff, how was it for you the second time around?
Second time around, it was a little crazy.
Okay.
I was still was getting popped, but I managed to get a match.
Right.
Third time the charm. Like everyone's been saying. So it was pretty. It was kind of. It felt good to actually get a match, but So yeah, from the previous 23. So it was pretty good. I felt good about it.
Okay. Good. Yeah, because I know a lot of people were like, man, Cliff went up there twice and he got popped last minute, and then finally third time Ro came in and was like, yes. So everybody was super happy for you.
Yeah.
Ro, how was it for you? How has it been since you've been on the show? All of that.
I mean, it's been okay. I mean, I'm honestly just focused on myself. Not sounding selfish, but yeah, I'm just trying to get like my career on path, like where I want to be.
Good. Yeah. So, yeah. And then good point. Like, let us know a little bit about yourself. I know on the show you mentioned you were going back to school and things like that. Tell us a little more.
So I'm back in school. I graduated this year with my associates, but I just got accepted literally like after filming. 2 weeks later, I got accepted into the nursing program. So I'm so excited. This week, I know, thank you. This week was just like orientation. It was just a lot of information, like a lot. Like my mind is really fried, so I'm really not even here. I'm sorry.
Well, then let's go ahead and jump right in then, so we can get over to the juicy topic at hand, which is, since you guys ended up matching, have you guys gone on a date?
Some people just know they can save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, to check your school's saying.
I feel like the day after was like a date, I guess.
Okay, so after filming, you guys went out?
Yeah, for brunch.
Oh, okay. So how was that planned? How would everything go? Let me know.
I mean, if he wants to talk, he can.
Okay, go ahead, Cliff.
So I mean, basically, she had a flight to catch that next morning, and I decided, she was close near to the airport, so it was a little breakfast brunch like Snooze Eatery. So I decided we can. I
like Snooze.
Yeah, so I decided let's just go there for brunch and catch up and try to get to know each other and talk a little bit. So I decided to take her to Snooze, so we went to Snooze for brunch that morning.
Okay, how'd that go? How was it for you, Cliff?
It went well. I feel like it went well. We had good conversation. We had mimosas, drinks. We got to feel her energy a little bit more. So I feel like the vibe was pretty smooth for me. When that was the first time us one-on-one. So it was pretty cool for me though, for the most part.
Okay, how was it for you, Ro?
It was okay. I mean, I enjoyed myself. I mean, it was a few things that I was noticing during the brunch, but overall it was okay.
Okay, like what? What were you noticing?
I already addressed it to Cliff. Like, I feel like it was just like some topics that were being brought up a lot, and it was kind of like why were we discussing it, if that makes sense.
Okay, Cliff, did you want to touch on that?
Um, basically, basically the topic that she saying that I brought up was she asked me a question about from the show who was what the females that popped me, and I explained to her one of the contestants that one of the females that popped me, but I guess she said I brought that up multiple times when we were out or when we was there, but I don't feel
like you brought up the other contestant, or you brought up being popped?
Well, I told her about who the female was that popped me, and I guess she felt like I brought it up so many times, but I mean she asked me the question, I explained it to her, so. But she said I brought it up multiple times. I don't really recall bringing it up that many times, but I guess in her mindset, she said I brought it up multiple times. So I don't know.
Okay.
I don't remember asking you about it because I know that you had discussed it like prior that night, like when we were in the car, and she wasn't the only one that popped on you. You have to remember that. But I feel like she was being brought up more just because y'all had common interest. So I feel like maybe your mindset was somewhere else, if that makes sense.
Okay, so you feel like, oh, sorry, Cliff, go ahead.
I mean, we was eating that night when we went out. She asked me the question, like, who was because she was curious, like, who was the ones that popped, and I explained who the ones was, but it was one that I did explain that I did have a little more similar interest with, which I can't deny and lie about that. But yeah, I mean, that was the truth, but fact. But I don't feel like I brought it up constantly, but I did explain to her who it was. So, I mean, and I just left it at that. But I mean, she felt like I said it more than multiple times. So I guess it is, it is what it is on that.
So, Ro, you feel like that other contestant was more his type? Is that what, is that the vibe that you were getting? Or
I can't say type, like he said, like more, they had just more in common.
Okay.
And like, even like Cliff, when we were like at brunch, I even said like, why do you keep talking about it? And then you're like, oh no, I don't know what you said after that, but I know me saying that, okay, why are we still talking about it? Like, it just was like, kept going.
That's the part where I'm confused at, because at brunch, I don't really feel like I brought her name up. I brought her name up that night, and that was pretty much it. Like brunch, I feel like we was talking about everything else besides that. So I don't really see myself saying that constantly. But I mean, if she feel like that, I said it multiple times. We just gonna leave it at that. She feel like I said it multiple times. So
you guys.
What I'm tripping on is, like, she's the one that asked him which female popped on him. So it's like it's like you initially wanted to know. You started off the conversation. Pretty much you set off the conversation of what other female popped on dude. Now, regardless if you felt like she felt like he brought it up, more than once or multiple times, it's kind of besides the issue, because you wanted to know that at first hand. And my question is, like, why would you even want to know that? I mean, I guess it's just casual conversation, just to, I guess, know you were interested in, just to know what other chick popped on him. I mean, I honestly, I got my thoughts on why she wanted to know that, but I'm going to save that for a little bit later on down in the video, because they get off this topic, but then they go back to it for a quick second. So you could tell, like, it was something that was like a kind of a big deal. But my thing is, she's the one that asked, and dude was like, she made it seem like I brought it up multiple times. I don't recall. So it's like, even their communication on, she thinks he brought it up multiple times. He doesn't think so. And honestly, I mean, I'm leaning more towards bro as to him not bringing it up just because of his demeanor. And you'll see why as this conversation goes along. Let's go.
So you guys went out the night before the brunch as well, or?
Yeah, we went out that night too.
Oh, okay. Where'd you guys go that night?
I think it was Yard House.
Okay, and it was just
but
you
everybody
two, or
was there before we got there, because he took me to go change.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to be in something a little bit more comfortable. So he took me to my Airbnb to go change, and then that's when we met everybody at Yard House.
Okay, so this one was more, Yard House is more like a group setting. Everyone else in the show.
Right.
Okay,
It wasn't all the matches, but it was just like a few of us.
Got it. Okay. And then brunch the next day was just the two of you guys.
Right.
Okay. So then after brunch, what happened? Obviously, I know you had to go catch a flight. How's
Yeah, he took me to just to the catch my flight. Yeah.
okay. And how has the communication and everything been since then?
There has not been a communication.
Oh, okay. So after brunch, you guys determined
I mean, after, yes, like when
Notice bro ain't smiled once. Bro has not cracked the smile not one time during this whole ordeal so far. She smiled a few times, more than a few times. She is fine, as a matter of fact, with some pretty teeth. But this whole ordeal is about to get interesting because bro never smiles. You can tell he got something else on his chest that he wants to let off. But I just wanted to bring up that, he like, dude is he's standing on complete business because he was like, I'm not going to smile, I'm not going to laugh because ain't shit funny. But let's go.
when I got here, like back to Texas, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But like we like talked about some stuff, and I think like we wasn't on the same page, and maybe like he felt like a certain way. And then I honestly don't want to bring up this issue because I don't know if I can discuss it, but like, you know, what was going on in this chat, and it just was like a lot that was going on. So
okay. What was going on?
I guess like I remember asking Cliff, like, what's your like normal or usual type that you go for? I mean, he told me, and then, you know, he asked me, and, you know, I told him, you know, there's a particular like nationality that I do talk to just because it's like what I'm used to. But I think he kind of took it as like I didn't want to get to know him. Like I honestly like wanted to step out my comfort zone. And I really was interested. Like I really told him that I'm open and that I don't want to ever miss out on a blessing ever. So I don't want to say like this person is my person because he's this color or this nationality or this ethnicity. And, you know, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So I did say that, but I don't know if something else like made him not like want to communicate, because then even like we had a discussion like one night when we talked on the phone, and then you're like, oh, I'll text you in the morning, and then I didn't hear anything else from you.
Okay. And now, so Cliff, she's kind of saying you guys had a discussion. You said you were going to call her the next day or whatever it was, and she didn't hear back from you. What would you say led to that?
Well, one thing, it was a lot of stuff going on in my head that was brought up to my attention too. I kind of didn't want to share it at that moment, but another thing that was brought up to me was Rose had a 53-year-old Nigerian man taking care of her. So this that was brought up to my attention as well from a few people that she was on the show with as well. So and then just with her when she explained the whole like she haven't really experienced African American man, and she
wait, I didn't say that.
She said
I didn't say that.
You said
because my mom is from Louisiana. I grew up with my mom. Like,
but you said you have. Like, she basically said she haven't dealt with African American.
I didn't say I've never dealt.
You said it's
I've never said I've never dealt. Please don't put words in my mouth.
Bro, you said
because I consider myself Black American, even though my dad was Nigerian. I consider myself Black American. I've dated so many Black American men, but I'm saying the older I got, I just started like dating like Nigerian men, and I just feel like a comfort like
with the Nigerian.
So I'm just telling you, I haven't dated any Black American men in a while. That's all I was saying.
That's what I'm explaining that. I'm explaining. So
no, but you said that I have never.
I said you haven't dealt with you told me that you haven't dealt with African American men in a while. So
you didn't say in a while.
You didn't even let me finish. Can I finish?
Okay, let's let him finish. Go ahead, Cliff.
Okay, like, let the man finish. So all right. So far, this date between them is weird because it's like, why are y'all? Well, why is she? Because he wasn't really doing it. It's like, why are you bringing up other people, like asking him like what other types of women do he like, and you wanted to know what girl popped on him, and then now you bring it up that that you like different nationalities and other men. It's like she wasn't really primarily focused on him and getting to know him in the during the date. She's like talking about all this other stuff that has nothing to do with getting to know him, which is just weird on a date, especially when they're both from out of town. going to a city to try to meet someone. And then, so it's like, your time is limited because both of y'all about to depart for flights within the next 24 to 48 hours. So it's like, why are you talking about other stuff and other people that don't matter it's just weird. So, I that's one thing that I noticed. So it's like, as this goes along, because she is bad, but it's like, you so bad, why the fuck are you single? And then you start to kind of realize, because if she's just one of them types with the attitude, once you get to know a chick and start to fill out, you're like, yeah, I can't really deal with this. But let's continue.
Basically, she says she haven't dealt with African American men in a while because of her past experience. Don't get me wrong. She's like, she have dealt with Nigerian men as well. But she had some past experience with them as well. So I was like, okay, cool. But it was just giving me that, if she haven't dealt with an African American man, it just felt like, I think she was more towards, like, Nigerian might be more towards her preference. And then just to piggyback off that,
but you can't make that decision for me. If I said I was open to get to know you,
you were open and optimistic. But then again, a few of the girls on the show, from her episode, brought it up to my attention that she was talking to a whole Nigerian man that's 53 years old. So I was just shocked about it, because I'm like, and then she was, the girls was shocked about it because they're like, why is she even on the show? And then,
wait.
And
so you saying the girls in the group said that I was talking to this guy now?
You explained it to them.
No, I was not talking. I'm not talking to this guy now. Like, this was like earlier part of this year. So whatever, got missed.
So Ro, just to confirm, when you came on the show, are you single?
Yes. Like, I wouldn't. For them to say like this guy was taking care of me, yes, this guy was taking care of me, but this was like way like earlier part of this year. So that had nothing to do with me. Like, I literally came on the show with great intentions on finding somebody. So I don't like that you took what somebody else said instead of like getting it from me, because you never even asked that from me. I don't feel like that's right.
I just feel like because you explained it on the show to the girls and everything, and they brought it up to me.
But you keep saying to the girls, but you never addressed me.
So you guys never had a conversation about this.
Exactly. We never had a discussion about it. So you are going by.
I felt like I didn't want to bring that up. I didn't want to bring that because
that means that you wasn't really interested.
No, it
you
wasn't
interested in getting to know me then.
It wasn't that. It just showed me that she was bragging about it, like, to the girls on the
I wasn't bragging.
Like
how can you go by? I don't get it. How can you go by he say, she say? I would never do that to you, because even in the group chat, I heard some stuff you were saying, but I never said, oh, I'm not going to talk to Cliff because I'm hearing this. Like, I'm 33 years old.
If you weren't bragging, then what was it? What you call it? Because my thing is this. I was like, why did you even have to bring something like that up? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was the point of you even bringing that up? And it's the fact that he knew that, he heard that from the other chicks. And it's like, well, damn, how would those other chicks know that if you weren't in the green room or break room, whatever y'all was at, during the intermission, talking about it? And the only reason why a female bring something like that up to some complete, total random strangers is to flex and stun on a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's absolutely no other reason to bring that up, to some other females, because you brought it up to what? Trying to prove what? Like, I don't understand. Like, you just told some random females this, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, of course some chicks gonna hate, because chicks hate on, especially if they're not as bad as you, they gonna hate on the bad chick. And then all the information that you was telling them, y'all got loose lips. You should know how y'all roll, because y'all are women. Y'all always run your mouth. And then these are some chicks that you don't know. You ain't friends with them. Of course, they're going to run tell that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, she's a red flag all the way, dog. Like, I couldn't be with a woman who's always running her mouth. It's like, damn, is our personal business between us in a relationship, is that going to be sacred? Or is she going to be, running her mouth telling, people this and this and that? It's just like, she's doing entirely too much. Let's go.
Years old, I wouldn't go back and be like, oh, I'm not gonna talk to him because I heard this. I'm gonna.
So, Ro, all the girls are in a group chat together from the episode. Is that where this information is coming from?
Right. So the girls have a group chat that we made a group chat because we wanted to go out after the show and like hang out. I
Okay.
mean, yeah. So that's what the group chat was morely about.
Mhm.
And so it just turned to something else. And, you know, I'm not trying to put the other girls out there because I look, you know, I got to know everybody. But
I mean, you might as well put them out there. They put you out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? You might as well put them out there. They put your business out there to homeboy. And who else? I mean, who knows how many other people they put your business out there to? And that's what I'm saying, yo. Like, women don't think strategically. Why would you tell? So I mean, it's no big deal to tell them chicks. I mean, because you wanted to feel like you was special, and that you got some other, some older gentleman, paying all your bills, and the way you were looking that day, you was looking bad as hell. So you wanted to act like you was straight stunting on them hoes. I get it, but just keep it 100 and stand on business, because that's exactly what it was. Because it's like, why did you even have to bring something like that up in the first place? Like, what was the whole goal for that?
I don't know what girls he's pertaining to, because I honestly was not in the back bragging about some 50-year-old man taking care of me, because that's not what it is. And I wish you would have.
Then if you weren't bragging, how would they even know about some 53-year-old man taking care of you? You know what I'm saying? Like, how would they even know that? Where would they get that from? Like, so if you weren't bragging, then what were you doing? You know what I'm saying? It could only be bragging. You brought it up for what? To some very complete, total random strangers. So it was like you brought it up. So it's like that's the question I won't answer, but you're not gonna answer that. It's like, why did you even bring that up? For what? To talk about that for what?
Have addressed me like personally, and I would have told you no. That was like way back then. I mean, that's how communication started. And I told you on the show, communication is a real big issue for me. That's my love language. If you can't communicate with me and you're going by like what the streets are saying, like you would never have a real relationship. And that's just,
it wasn't about
the
streets,
honesty.
and it was multiple people that was
I'm just saying like street, like outside people.
But it's multiple people bringing up the same situation.
But you're still saying multiple people instead of addressing it from the person that it happened to. So now Cliff, it feels like,
I mean, I'll give her that one point. I agree with her on that one, just only that point. Far as, I mean, if you didn't address that with her, I mean, maybe you probably should have did. But I mean, dude was like, shit, after that, I'm just totally turned off. I don't even want to, it's no need to bring it up, because that right there alone, turned me off, and it's a red flag, and I don't even want to deal with it no more. So that's probably why he didn't bring it up. Like, for real, like he won't press. And the thing, you know what? The funny thing is, when he was on the Pop the Balloon show, because like he said in the beginning, he got popped on like 2 or 3 times until, she chose him. And his demeanor, when he was up there, it just seemed like he was somewhat happy-go-lucky, but, trying to remain in the calm state. It was like he was, kind of eager, or didn't mind which female he was going to pair up with. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of, when I seen this, it's kind of shocking, because he's standing on business. And you look at his whole demeanor during this whole video thus far. Dude hasn't smiled, he hasn't laughed, he hasn't none of that. He's got his just straight, stone cold, standing on business type face. You feel me? And he's like not feeling her. He's like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. This chick is, you know what I'm saying? Let's let this roll. Because I haven't even watched. I think I stopped right around this point, or a little bit further. But this is wild, dog. This is wild.
I'm sorry. Like, now it feels like you're trying.
1 second, though.
1, 2, 3, go. You can't communicate with me, and you're going by like what the streets are saying. Like you would never have a real relationship, and that's just.
It wasn't about
the
streets,
honesty.
and it was multiple people that was.
I'm just saying like street, like outside people.
But it's multiple people bringing up the same situation.
But you're still saying multiple people instead of addressing it from the person that it happened to. So now Cliff, it feels like, I'm sorry. Like,
what you mean he keeps saying it? Man, come on, everybody know the streets. Now you talking about something he hearing it from the streets, but not addressing with you. But if he heard it from one person, it's just one person saying it. I'll let that slide. I ain't worried about that. But multiple is more than 2. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, do he even have to address it, because more than 2 people didn't told him? So it's like he don't even want to address it, because he's like not even feeling you no more. And it's like, damn, it's just such a shame, because a bad bitch like you just running your mouth about dumb shit to some hoes that you don't even know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it ain't gonna hurt you none, because it was like, maybe, I do understand in that point in time, in that position, when you were, talking with them. You was feeling good. Y'all was just getting to know each other, mingle and everything. And you wanted just to throw that out there, let them hoes know that, you know, you valuable or you know, you worth something, which I don't know why you did that to them, because you know they was going to hate on it, or maybe you wanted them to hate on you. Who knows? But yeah, it backfired, and here we are.
I feels like you're trying to make me look bad on this show. Like, oh, she had this man taking care of her while she came on the show. I haven't seen that man in months, like literally months.
So Cliff, did you ever like once think like, okay, you know what, I'm hearing this, let me go ahead and speak with her and get more clarification?
No, I didn't really want to. I didn't want to bring it to her attention because I just feel like we'll be in a debate like how it is right now, just constantly like, no, it was just go back and forth.
It's not a debate. I'm defending
us going
myself.
back and forth, and like
I'm defending myself.
It was just like she bringing it up like it was past years or something when it was probably could have been recently. So I just didn't.
It wasn't recent though.
So I don't really know what it was. So I didn't really want to necessarily talk about it like at that point because I feel like she would have just probably said like, oh, it was in the past or some years ago.
Because that's true. Like I'm gonna defend myself. If it's true, I would tell you. If it's not true, I would tell you it's not true. Like I'm gonna defend myself.
That's fine.
So how was it brought up to you, Cliff? Like you reached out to the other girls, or they
But
reached
it
out?
was true. I'm saying, like, you're defending yourself about what? Like you're defending yourself about what? Because it's true. The only thing I can see that you're defending yourself on is the point that the fact that you're trying to claim that you wasn't bragging about it. But it's true that you did bring it up to them and was talking about it. So pretty much you're just trying to say that you weren't bragging about it, but you did bring it up to them and was talking about it with them. So it's like defending yourself about what? I mean, it's true. There's nothing to defend yourself about.
Oh, actually,
how?
Actually, it was one that she was actually cool with, but
You have this look on her face like he tripping or like he got something wrong. Like, no, like what do you like? See, this is pretty privileged, dog. And just women in general, like whenever they're being put on Front Street about, you know, something that they did, and you know, any little accountability that should be taken, they get in this defensive mode, and their whole demeanor and, you know, the whole demeanor just goes into crypt keeper mode and shit. It's just like why is she looking like this when he's just telling the truth?
yeah, she reached out to me and told me, and she was like she can't believe that she told her that because she literally explained it to her. And then this was actually one of the girls that actually popped on me that told me it personally. So, and she told me that she was bragging about it, and she thought about it like, why is you even on the show if you announce it?
And I honestly feel like I already know who you're talking about, and that's probably the main person that was causing all the mess. But I'm not gonna say anything.
I mean, but like I said,
I wish. But honestly, at the end of the day, you're my match. I'm your match. You talking to her about me is not okay.
I mean, it was brought to my attention. I didn't say nothing. I didn't even know anything. It was brought to my attention.
I know, but when you heard that, you should have been like, "Ro, like, is this true?" And I would have been like, "No, Cliff, that's not true. Like, she might have misheard something or misread something because I keep all my receipts. Like, I have messages too." So I
misheard or misread what? All he said was that they said that you had some 53-year-old, you know, Nigerian dude taking care of you, and you admitted yourself that it's true. So what do you mean? I'm confused. What are you talking about? Like, just talking about something, you keep receipts, but you admitted that it's true. So I'm like, it's women, man. They be tripping. They just hate when they get put on Front Street about something that's true, even when it's true. It's like, how do you even go into a defense mode about something that actually did transpire, and you're talking about it yourself on what transpired? Like, you're not even giving no details as to what exactly was said to make us, you know, believe that something about what they said was misconstrued. She's being very vague. So it's like, all you did was agree to the fact that yes, you brought up the fact to these women that you had a 53-year-old dude taking care of you. Boom. I mean, that's it. The only thing that you're disagreeing with is the fact that you're trying to say that you weren't bragging about it. But I mean, any mediocre, lukewarm, low intelligent adult knows that, like, there's no other reason to bring that up unless you're just trying to stun on a bitch. You know, let's be real.
wish you would have addressed me first and been like, Ro, you know, she said this. Is this true? And I would have told you. I have nothing to hide. Promise you.
Okay.
So Cliff, you got this information, and then right after you got that, that was it. You never spoke to Ro again?
Yeah, I really did. I just fell back like off Ro. I couldn't deal with like all that. Just hearing the information, and then just with the whole, she kept bringing up like, oh, how I was constantly saying person name and stuff. It was just giving me a lot of like, I was gonna pull my dreads out, to be honest with you. Like I just didn't want to keep conversation where like it was just
this guy is making me
I
trying
don't
to
know.
make
It's
it
just I just left it alone because I just wanted to like kind of move on because it was just I feel like it would be a lot of going back and forth with me and her. So I'm not that kind of person to keep going back and forth and always having to talk and you know I'm just like a more peace and smooth. But with Ro, it's just like it's just constantly have to like go back and forth. So I didn't want to kind of deal with that. So I wanted to keep my peace. So I kind of just left it as it is.
Yeah, like I'm not about to go back and forth with some chick I barely know. Like you go back and forth with a chick that you're in a relationship with, but some chick that I barely know. Yeah, I understand that I came on this show to match with someone, but after all of that, I'm not. I said it. I said my piece, and I mean, you may disagree. I may counter that disagreement, but to keep going back and forth, I'm not finna do all that. Yeah, I'm not doing all that.
And just let it die down, really, to be honest with you.
On vacation?
Amazing. I mean, he is rarely speechless.
You guys see them?
Okay. So were you interested in her to begin with? Like,
I mean, I was, but with all the information and stuff, that I got, it just kind of like
the information that you got.
It just made me kind of like think twice, and then just from the text message and stuff, because I don't know, I just started thinking a little bit, and then plus when we rode in the car together, she didn't really want to match with me anyway when she explained everything to me. So that was another thing because I really wasn't truly her match, and she explained that to me in the car. So. That was another.
I never told you that, Cliff.
You did tell me that. You did tell me.
I did not. Why are you trying to make me look bad?
I'm really not. So
you are, but it's fine. You know what? I came on here.
This is why I came on here.
This is the first time he smiled.
This is why I didn't.
Sorry, guys. Hold on. One person at a time. I can't hear.
I let him talk. I came on here with great intentions. So, not to like make him look bad, just go with the flow, like tell him, my side. Mm-hmm. But like the stuff that you're saying is kind of crazy because for you to say that I sat in the car and said that you was not my match, I would never say that. That has not came out my mouth ever. As I watched the show, I was not your match. When I watched the show, I was not your match. You literally was on that show asking the same questions to every lady. And the only question you were asking the lady was about travel. It was nothing about them genuinely, like as a person. It was nothing about them bringing anything to the table. It was nothing about them internally. You were only asking about travel. So to me, like you were on the show just to find someone to travel with. And honestly, when I watched it, I kind of looked and was like, this guy really wasn't even really that interested in me because you didn't really ask me any questions. The only person that was really asking me questions was Rob. Like nobody, you honestly did not show interest in me. Like you did not. And and I know I didn't tell you was not my match because I honestly wanted to match with you because you were older. I like that you were calm. Like I want a man that's calm. I don't want a man that's rowdy because I'm already like energetic. Like I chose you because of those characteristics that I seen. You were calm. You were older.
What she say, y'all? Characteristics? Hold on.
Cared yourself more.
Hold on.
I wanted to match with you because you were older. I like that you were calm. Like I want a man that's calm. I don't want a man that's rowdy because I'm already like energetic. Like I chose you because of those characteristics that I seen. You were calm.
She chose him because of them characteristics.
You were older. You cared yourself more, better. I like how you were dressed. So you can't say that I chose you. I didn't, like you were not my initial match because if that was the case, I would pop my balloon.
Man, honestly. Pump all that. You know what I think? So, because look, check it. So she asked him, like, well, who was the chick that popped on you? So it's like, I'm thinking, like, why would you ask him that? Like, why would you want to know that? So what I'm thinking, the reason why she asked him that is because she wanted to know which chick popped on him so she can, size them up or size all of them up. Because then she heard it was more than just that other chick. So she got to think about, like, damn, if she popped on him and she popped on him, then what the hell I'm doing with him? Because I'm better than all these chicks, because she was the baddest up there. And it's like, damn, I'm rolling with him after he done got popped on by 2-3 other chicks. You know what I'm saying? I really think she started to think about that. That really started to seep into her mind, and she started like, because chicks like her, they like to be with men who other women are extremely attracted to. Because it's like, why on earth would you ask him that question? I wouldn't give a fuck who. I wouldn't want to know. I mean, I wouldn't care to know what dude popped on a chick that I had matched up with. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, you bringing up the fact, like, you bringing up other, like, you was talking about other people and other stuff during the date, but not really trying to get to know him. But she's trying to make it seem like he wasn't really interested in her. But it's like, by her very own words, it's like, well, you wasn't really talking to him on the date about, any questions about getting to know him. You was bringing up shit about your life and stuff outside of that. It was just like, that's why I said at the beginning, it's weird. Like, this chick, man, chicks like these are just, you never know what you get, dog. I see why she's single. I really do see why she's single now.
Honestly, at the end of the day, like, that's just it. But honestly, to me, watching the show with my friends and family, it just seemed like you just wanted a match, and it didn't really feel like you wanted something genuine, because your question.
I said that earlier, though. I did say that. I was like, though, it seemed like you were just kind of happy-go-lucky to be happy to be paired up with any chick that was on there, because like you even got to the front, like when they asked you that final question, and like, is this a match? And they was like, yeah, and you say yeah, and the other chick was like, no. Like, you had got to that point one time, and she popped on you. It was like, damn. So it was like, man, like, you didn't really have any discernment on any of the women that you were interested in. It seemed like you were interested in everybody, and then that's why I was kind of shocked that she chose you. Honestly, it was like, because the other chicks that popped on you was nowhere bad as her. So like, and she's like she's letting it out right now. She said her and her family watch. Hold on, what she said? Her and her family watch.
Questions were not in a genuine. Watching the show with my friends and family, it just seemed like you just wanted a match, and it didn't really.
She was watching the show with her friends and family, so that's what it is. And yeah, I'm starting to hit that on point. She started to think about that shit, and like they, her friends, family started to talk to her about it. Like, look, like, this dude ain't really into you. He was, he was happy to hook up with a few other chicks that was up on there. So, man, who knows? This shit was just, I think she's lying about, like, because I really think she brought the dude taking care of her and her not really being into him. I think all of that came after, when they watched the show, when they went back and watched the show. Then she started like saying all that, pretty much alluding to the fact that she's not really interested, because I guess he was for everybody, or he liked everybody.
Really feel like you wanted something genuine, because your questions were not in a genuine place. It was just like, oh, where have you been? Where have you traveled? That's it. Point blank, period.
Okay. Cliff, anything you want to add to
I mean, that was one question I asked, because that's clearly what everybody came out and mostly everybody say. So traveling was one big thing about me. But when we were in the car, she clearly did say that Rob, who was the last person that was down with me, that she would have chose Rob, but she wanted to do something different. Rob was more of her preference, but she only chose me because she wanted to do something different. So she wanted to step out of my comfort zone. So that clearly means.
But I didn't say that you were not my match. I said Rob is someone I would have normally went for, but I chose you. I chose you for a reason. So you can't.
I mean, but why would you even tell her do some shit like that? Because that's telling us, like, well, damn, you didn't really want me either. You didn't really want me. So it's like, come on, you can't be this dumb chick. You can't be that dumb. You can't be this dumb to tell a dude that, not thinking that he's gonna feel a certain type of way about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like damn, well, shit. Like, she was really wanting him. She was really attracted to him. Like, nobody wants to be with a chick that deep down you just let us know pretty much we was second choice, but you went with me because you wanted something different. The fuck? Yeah, I would have slipped, man. Look, I would have curved her ass too. Yeah, I feel you, bro. And she just kind of don't get it. She don't get it.
You can't just say that, because just like you were bragging about the other girl, like y'all had a lot of common interests. I'm not doing you that way, but now you're making it seem like I did not want to choose you. I chose you for a reason. If I wanted to choose Rob, I would have, but I didn't. I wanted to step out my comfort zone because I liked your demeanor. Like I said, you were calm, you were cool, collected. Like, I'm just confused on where all this coming from.
Because he's seen your true colors.
So
he's seen your true colors. You ran your mouth about some shit that you didn't even need to run your mouth about. You know what I'm saying? Like, you bringing up other dudes that you was messing with, he was like paying your bills, and then come to find out that you're not really into this dude like that. So it's like, man, come on, man. Come on, dog. And she's in her early to mid 30s. Like, you too grown. Like, you know better. But you can't tell a bad bitch nothing though.
You felt like when she said Rob is what she usually goes for,
it wasn't just, I mean, not even just that. It was just everything though that, just led up to, just where we at like now. So I just didn't want to continue to like deal with like everything that was going on. So
Okay,
so there was no closure. Like, hey, I don't think this is
exactly. He didn't even give me closure. Like, that's immature. Like, that's all you could have said was like, bro, I heard this about you. Is it true? I would have told you. And then you could have made you could have said, okay, well, I don't want to continue this. And I would have been like, okay, I understand. You didn't even give me that. I would have gave you that. I honestly would have gave you that.
Bro, did you?
I mean, nah. I mean, was you deserving of that? Like, cause y'all barely knew each other. Y'all just matched on the show. Y'all knew for a few minutes. He ain't really owe you that, especially if you just totally turned him off with some bullshit, like, you know what I'm saying, at the very beginning. So it's not like I was in a relationship and he need to explain to you why he broke up with you. And you need that type of closure so you can move on. But you're like, no, it ain't. That's not that. This ain't that. I needed closure. What you talking about?
Did you reach out to him when you didn't hear from him?
No, because I felt like there was no need for me to reach out, because if he really was interested in me and if he really wanted to know like whatever he heard was true, then he would have reached out to me. I didn't reach out. After he said, oh, I'll text you in the morning, and then I didn't hear back, I'm like, well, I'm just going to leave it at that.
Hey, it's me, your very dry skin. I'm uncomfortable and need extra.
Okay. Oh my God, that's a lot for only knowing each other. What was that? All in like a week?
That's what I'm saying. That's just too much. It's just too much to deal with. Like,
don't try to make it seem like it's
too much to
though.
deal with within a week, and I'm just really not trying to do all that. Like,
don't make it seem like it's just me.
I'm just saying.
You have blank in it too.
It's crazy because like even the messages and stuff I show my guys, it's like, wow, like you going through like dealing with all that, and y'all barely even know
messages that she sent you.
Yeah, it was essays, paragraphs, like books.
Yes, because I can't talk to you during the day, I'm gonna send you a message and tell you all this that we're talking about because we're getting to know each other. Yeah. All this you showing your boys and stuff. See, that's childish. I don't.
It's not childish. It's not.
It is childish. Why would you show your boys my messages? That's for you.
It's some like that's just to show like this.
I mean, but why would you tell chicks that you had a 53-year-old? Why would you tell chicks that you don't even know, you just now meeting, that you had a 53-year-old man taking care of you on a dating show? Like, why would you do that? Well, don't question a man. Why would he show his boy these text messages if he's trying to prove a point about something, but yet you doing, random reckless stuff? Like, you can't. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like the audacity. Telling us, why would he show his boys? Why would you just tell them girls that bullshit?
I have not showed any of my friends.
You are match, so I showed them like, look what I'm going
through. It doesn't matter. I'm your match. I'm not their match.
But it's just like I said.
So I don't show my friends my messages of you.
It was a lot, and I just
you have a lot of growing up to do, but it's okay.
I really
like
don't.
You do.
I really don't.
Because there's no way I'm gonna be showing my friends my guys' messages like, oh yeah, she did this. Like,
no, I was just showing them like, look what I'm going through.
No, you don't do that. You don't do that.
That's crazy. I didn't say I showed them the whole message, but like,
it don't matter. You don't do that.
Okay. All right,
well,
guys.
that's what you don't do.
And for one,
we're not gonna get anywhere, guys.
I know.
Look at Arlette.
And for one, you should have addressed me.
That's why I left it as it was.
You should have addressed me about everything that you felt about me.
It wasn't a purpose. Like, no, I wasn't about to do that. So.
Okay.
And that's fine.
Well, we can see, this.
Yeah, it's fine.
There's a lot.
You have a lot of maturing to do. I'm just gonna let you know that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You are welcome. Because all this he say, she say, baby, I'm not in high school. I'm not.
That's
If
fine.
I need to know it, if I need to know something, I'm gonna ask the person. Point blank, period. I'm gonna ask that person.
All right. Well, in other news, for us to go ahead and wrap this up, I know, Ro, you said you're going back to school. Any other projects, anything else you're going to be working on that we could be on the lookout for?
Honestly, just education.
Okay.
Like continue to like, of course, like I want to keep progressing on myself because I took some time off during the summer and kind of like reevaluating myself. So now I'm like at a better state. So now.
So that's pretty much it. But yeah, like these catch-up shows be funny because when these people match up and pair up, like it seems like it never works out. I haven't seen one yet that actually worked out where they're like continue to date and see each other seriously. All these shows just fall apart. But yeah, man, like she's just too much, man. I'm extremely attracted to her, but I couldn't deal with her. Like that's what I'm saying. It's a lot of chicks out here like her. You know what I'm saying? They got this pretty privilege, they bad, but you just can't deal with them on a daily basis because they just too much. Regardless of it's either they mouth, they got a lot of drama with them. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, and sometimes it gets to the point where you don't even want to go through the whole, the whole 9 yards to even try to smash if they turn you off that bad. It's like I've like been in, I've been with a couple like their mouth is so bad. It's like, man, I don't even want to, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even trying. I'm not even trying to smash them up. Like I'm good. Like sometimes this shit is just too much. It's just unbearable. But like, comment, subscribe. I'm out. Peace.